Hello, all my dear students. My name is Ajay Gulati. I am an income tax officer. Plus, I am the author of Advanced Maths and Arithmetic books by the name of Brahmastra. Today, I'll be teaching you the chapter percentages along with all its basic concept, and I'll simplify it so much that it will be very easy for you to grasp. See, percentages. Let's start from the meaning of the word percentages. Okay. What does the word percentage means? Percent. Per means divide sign. Cent means 100. Okay, this is percent. If somebody writes 10%, okay, if somebody writes 10%, 10%, so it means 10%. I hope you got it. If someone asks 20% of 700, so generally of means multiply. Okay, so 20% of 700. 20% of 700 becomes how much? It becomes 20 into 7, that is 140. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. 20% of 700 means 140. Fine. If I write 30% of 80 plus 40% of 60, what is this sum? Then I can say 30% of 80 plus 40% of 60. I hope it makes sense. Everybody can understand this. 0 0 cancel, 0 0 cancel, so it becomes 3 into 8, 24 plus 4 into 6, 24. It becomes 48. This is the basic meaning of the word percentages. X percent of something means X percent of Y means X percent of Y. X into Y will get multiply. Also, Y percent of X will be the same thing. Y percent of X. These are the same thing. This is the basic concept. I am moving to other concepts. Students, let's directly start with questions now. Change 1 by 8 into percentage. If I need to convert 1 by 8 into percentage, what I'll do, I'll multiply this by 100. Okay. 100 by 8 means what I can say, 96 plus 4 divided by 8. 96 divided by 8 will give me 12. 4 divided by 8 will give me 0.5. So it is 12.5 percentage. But if anything you need to convert into percentage, then you multiply this by anything, that thing by 100, it will get converted into percentage. So this is 12.5%, option number A. Question 2. 12.5% of 80. We just saw 1 by 8 when converted into percentage means 12.5. So 12.5 percentage as a whole, I can write this as 1 by 8. 1 by 8 into 80, or I can say 10. So easy were the questions which were being asked in your exam. I'll be covering each and every question in this particular class which has been asked in your previous year CLAT exams. Okay, I'm moving ahead. Next question, dear students. 80% of A is equal to 20% of B. I write this as 80% of A is equal to 20% of B. Dear students, always remember, percentage on one sign can be cancelled by percentage on the other side. Of means multiply. I'm cancelling this. So what I get, 80A is equal to 20B, or 8A is equal to 2B. 0 to 0 cancel. You can say 4A is equal to B. Getting it? That means B is equal to 4A. Next thing, what is being given? And B is equal to 5x percent of A. B is equal to 5x percent of A. Students, if I need this thing to be converted into percentage, now 4 means what? 400% of A. See, why 400%? 400% means this 400%, double zero cancel. So this is again 4. So 4A can be written as 400% of A. Now from here I can say B is equal to 5x percent of A. What can I deduce from here? This 5x percent is equal to 400. This 5x percent is equal to 400. I can say 5x percent is equal to 400. I hope nobody has any sort of doubt in this. So far everything must be clear to all of you. Okay. No problem, I move ahead. So 5 to 400 cancel will give x means just 500, 5x. X means 400 by 5 or 80. This is your answer. Do we have any such option? Yes, option B. I hope all this is clear to all of you. I'm moving to the next question. Okay. So next question. 0.06% of a number is 84. We are given 0.06% of a number. Let's say the number is x. Okay, of x is equal to 84. This is given to us. Clear? What are we being asked? Then 30% of that number is, I need to ask 30% of, I need to know the 30% of that number. Okay. Very easy method. What I'll do, I'll just write 1% of x. 1% of x will be 84 divided by 0.06. Clear to all of you? Yes, it must be clear. If 1% is equal to this, then I need 30%. 30% of x will be what? 84 upon 0.06 into what? Into, now this is 30, so I'll multiply by 30. I hope it is clear to all of you. Next thing is, students, see, this is 84, 0.06 into 30. What I'll do, I write this 84 into 30 into, this is 0.06, I will say 6 into 100 by, for removing the two decimals. Clear? So it's very easy now. 30 and 6 cancel will give 5. 85 into 4, 420 into 100. That will give me a value which is equal to 42123. 42000. Option number C is your answer. Okay. Option C is our answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. Let's move to the next question, dear students. So this is a CLAT 2011 question. I'm just putting it a bit lower so that, okay, fine, I'll start from here only. Jogan's taxable income for 2010-11 is rupees 5 lakh. See, the total income is how much? This total income is equal to 5 lakh. Now, the tax rates are nil for the first 1,50,000. First, I'll go for first 1,50,000. There is zero tax. The tax over here is 0. Okay. Then 10% for 1,50,000 to 330,000. 3 lakh. 1,50,000 to 3 lakh means next 1,50,000. Okay, for this the tax is 10%. So what does this tax become? 10% of 1,50,000 is 15,000. Okay, then for the next 2 lakhs, that is for a figure 3 lakh to 5 lakh, for the next 2 lakhs, for the next 2 lakhs, the tax is how much? This is 20%. What is the 20% of this particular number? The 20% of this particular number will be 40,000. Okay, 40,000. So what is my total tax now? The total tax becomes 0 plus 15,000 plus 40,000. That is 55,000. This is your tax, all my dear students. I hope it makes sense. It is clear to all of you. Which option this is? Any such option? Yes, option number C is your answer. You can copy it, please. Now, students, we have a bit tricky and misleading question. It can actually waste a lot of time in your exam if you don't tackle it carefully. The population of a town is 155,625. For every 1,000 males, this was a misprinting in the actual question. For every 1,000 males, there are 1075 females. For every 1,000 males, if there are 1,000 males, then how many females are there? 1075 females are there. If 40% of the males and 24% of the females are literate, find the percentage of literacy in the town. Students, we are given the entire population, but we are also given one more thing, that is, for every 1,000 males, there are 1075 females. Let's say, forget about the entire population. Let's say if this is the population, 1,000 males and female, how much? 1075. This is males, this is females. For every 1,000 males, there are 1075 females. Now what I will do is, out of these males, 40% are literate. Out of these females, 24% are literate. I'm calculating the total literate people. Let's say how many are the total literate people. So it is 40% of 1,000 is very easily, I can say 400. I need not calculate it. This needs to be calculated. 24% of 1075, but this is also not that tough. Why? If you cancel this thing by 25, you will get 4 over here. If you cancel this thing by 25, you will get 1000 means 25 into 40. Just learn this thing. 25 into 40 means 1000. Okay, so this is 40. 75 divided by 23 will give me 43. Okay, 75 divided by 25 will give me 3. 40 plus 3, 43. For this is 6. 6 into 43. So first of all, how many literate are there total? How many total literate are there? 400 plus 6 into 43 is 258. So I can say there are total 658 literate out of 658 literate people out of 1000 plus 1075. This is total population. I am taking a total sample. Okay, out of a sample of 2075, there are how many literate? There are 658 literate. Okay, I need to calculate the percentage now. Now students, we need to find as a percentage 658 of 2075. 658 out of 205 into percent. If I need to convert this into percentages, I will multiply this by 100. Now this becomes percentage. Okay, if I cancel this by 25, I will get 4 over here. Because I told you 1000 is what? 25 into 40. So 2000 will be what? Sorry, 2000, 25 into 80 will give me now 2000. Okay, so this is, had it been 2000, it would have been 80. Now 75 more, so more 3, that is 83. This is basic calculation which I hope you can do. Okay, now what we have is 658 into 4 divided by 83. This will give me what? I multiply this. 4 into 8. 4 into 8 is 32. How much carry? 3 carry. 4 into 65 is very easily 260. 260, then 3 carry. 263. This is 2632 divided by 83. This much percentage. Again, I hope this must be clear to all of you. Now let's try to cancel this. 83, and if I cancel this, 83 into 3 is 249. So this is 3. 249. This is 14 remaining. 142. Just try to understand, students. This is 83. Now this is 1. I told you 14 is the remainder. 142. So I'll say 83 into 1. See, this is 142. 83 gone. How much? Answer will be 31 point something. Getting it? So how many options are there? 31 point something. There is only one option, 31 point. That is option C. 31 point something. Why should I calculate this? I need not calculate this. I need to save my time. So option number which C is your answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. Next question. Students, now I move to a next concept, that is successive increase or decrease. Successive increments or decrements. What does it mean? It means any particular thing, if we increase its value 2 times, 3 times in some percentage, what will happen? Let's say I have right now in India, let's say I have 100 corona patients. Okay? Suppose this is June. This is the month of June. In July, it is predicted there will be an increase of 10%. Okay. This has got nothing to do with reality. I'm just telling you an example. In July, the total, this was July. So let's say this is in August. There will be a further increase of 20%. How many patients will be there after August? Okay, so what happens? How to solve these questions? Right now we have 100 patients. In July there will be an increase of 10%. What does it mean? There will be an increase of 10%. It means the number of patients will be, earlier there were 100, now there will be 10% more, that is 110. In August there will be a further increase of 20%. Let's say out of these, in August this value will increase further by 20%, so it will become 120. This is the concept of successive increase. I will tell you one more method of doing these sort of questions. See, first this much increase, then this much increase. Okay, now what do we have to calculate? We have to calculate this value. 00 cancel. Okay, 0 cancel, 0 cancel. How many patients at the end of August? This will be 11 into 12, or I can say 132. Does it make sense, all my dear students? Yes, it must be clear to you. Next, I'll take one more example. Suppose I have gold. Okay, let's say the present price of gold is 30,000 per 10 gram. 30,000 per 10 gram. What happens next year? Next year what happens is, because of Corona, there is an increase of 10%. Okay, again next year Corona persists, then again there is an increase of 20%. Then Corona subsides next year, then there is a decrease of 20%. What will be the price of this gold after 3 years? Okay, so how will I solve it? I'll write this 30,000. Okay, then what I'll say, C students, you can write either 110 something like that, or you can directly say 10% increase means 10% increase means 110 over 100. 110 over 100, that means 1.1. 20% increase means 100 increases to 120. So this is, I can say, 1.2. Getting this thing, all of you? Yes, you must be getting this. Okay, so this way. And 20% decrease means out of 100, there it has become 80, or I can say 0.8. So what I'll say, I'll multiply this. 10% increase means 1.1. 10% increase means 110 by 100, you will directly write 1.1. Then 20% increase means 1.2. 20% decrease means 0.8. You have to multiply these values. What I'll do is, I'll remove all these decimals. 30 into 1 decimal goes here, 11. 1 decimal goes here, 12. 1 decimal goes here, 8. Now what I'll do, student, I never multiply 11 directly. I'll multiply by 11 at the end, because multiplication by 11 is a shortcut. This is 30 into 12 into 8 is 96 into 11. I am saving this 11 for future. 96 into 3. What you do, just multiply 100 by 3. You will get 300. And that minus 3 into 4, 12. So this is 288. Plus 10 into 11. This multiplication you can very easily do now. 2880 into 11. How I do multiply by 11? Just write this digit 8. Then add these two digits. 8 plus 8, 16. Write 6, 1 carry. 8 plus 2, 10. 10 plus 1 carry, 11. Then again 1 carry. This is 3. So the final price of gold will be 31680. I hope I have been explaining this very patiently. It must be clear to all of you. I'm just rubbing this concept and moving ahead. One last example to clear your concept, then I will tell a shortcut also for this thing. Okay, suppose I say a factory produces a thing. Okay, let's say a factory produces an article for 100 rupees. The factory sells it to wholesaler, okay, at a profit of 20%. Up sign means increase, ठीक है, extra. Wholesaler sells it to shopkeeper at a profit of 25%, again up. Then the shopkeeper sells it to customer at a profit of 30%, again up. Okay, 30%, again up. At what price does the customer get this thing? So there are 2-3 ways of doing this. I'll be telling you all of these. Okay, before this, let me say, just calculate a small part. A factory produces an article for rupees 100. The factory sells it to a shopkeeper at a profit of, let's say, 20%. Shopkeeper sells it to the customer, retailer, at a profit of 30%. How much does the customer pay? Students, first I am dealing this thing, then I will be dealing this thing. 100 you increase by 20%. Any number of any percent of 100 is actually the number itself. That is, it becomes 120. If you increase 120 by 30% now, if you increase 120 by 30%, what you will do? What I'll do is, this is 120 into 130 by 100, or I can say directly 1.3. This becomes 156. This is one way of doing things. Okay? Final percentage increase can also be found by a formula A plus B plus AB by 100. I'll hope this will be very convenient for you because you will like this method very much. What does it mean? A is the first increase. A is how much? 20%. B is how much? 30%. C, student, both of them are increase. It means these are value. These values are positive. Up. Getting it? So A plus B plus AB by 100. What I will do now? A plus B plus AB by 100. What I will do now is, A is how much? 20. B is how much? 30. Plus 20 into 30 by 100. A plus B plus AB by 100. This gives me what? 20 plus 30 is how much? 50 plus 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. 2 into 3, 6. Our final increase is 56%. 56% increase means what? A value which was initially 100. For the factory, this particular thing was 100 rupees. It increases by 56%. Okay. So it becomes how much? 156. It's again the same value. I hope everyone can analyze this thing. This is one way. This thing also I'll be doing by both the methods. 100, a value increases by 20%. It becomes what? It becomes 120. Okay. Another value increases by 25%. Students, 25%. What does 25% means? It means 1/4. This means 1/4. This value increases by 1/4. Okay. Now what will happen? 1/4 of 30 is 1/4 of 120 is 30. 120 into 1/4 is what? 30. Clear? So this increases by 25%. It becomes 150. You can also do like this: 120 into 125 by 100. If you want, you will get this thing. 150, 30% increase. So it's how to calculate these sort of things. Okay, 150. There is an increase of 30%. A number in itself is 100%. Suppose this is a number in itself. This is 100%. So what will be the 10%? 10% will be, I cancel 1 0 from here, both sides. 15. So what will be the 30%? 30% multiply by 3. You will get 45. So 30% increase means plus further 45. 150 plus 45 will give me 195. This is one way of doing this thing. Okay. Other way is, see, this value is initially this value is 100. There is an increase of 20. There is an increase of 25. Let's restrict ourselves till here. I am finding till this particular point. Okay. A plus B plus AB by 100. I will apply this formula. Here A is equal to what? A is equal to 20. B is equal to 30. Okay. A plus B plus AB by 100, that is 20 plus 30 plus 20 into 30 by 100. 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. This becomes 50 plus 6, or I can say 56 till here. I am very sorry. Did I do some mistake? I'm so sorry, students. This was actually 25. I didn't take care. I am rubbing this off. I am correcting this. B is equal to 25. A plus B plus AB by 100. If I put the values in this formula, what I will get? 20 plus 25 plus 20 into 25 by 100, or I can say 45. This is 500. 500 by 100 is 5. So this becomes 50. Okay. Now let's say this is my A, and this third increase, this is capital B. This capital B is equal to how much? 30%. Okay. So now what I'll be doing? A plus B plus AB by 100. This is I need to calculate now. A plus B plus AB by 100. Let's calculate this. A is 50 plus 30 plus 50 into 30 upon 100. Clear, students? What does it become? It becomes 80 plus 0, 0 cancel, 15, or I can say 95% increase. 100 increased by 95% will directly give me 195. You can adopt any method you want to. You got the answer. Okay. You can copy this and you can take a screenshot of this also if you want. Next question, based on the previous concept, the population of a city is 250,000. What is the population right now? Population right now is 250,000. Okay, so I'll multiply this by 1000. Now, if it is increasing at the rate of 2% every year, first year it increases by 2%, so what it will become? It will become 102 by 1000. Again it increases by 2%, it will again become 102 by 1000. The growth in the population after 2 years is, we need to tell what will be the growth in the population after 2 years. Let's solve this, okay? Then we will see the options. See, what I need to do is 00 cancel, 00 cancel. I am left with this 25 into 102 square. There is a very easy method of calculating the square of any particular number. How do I do that? How will I do that? 102 is how much more than 100? 2 more than 100. So add 2 more to it. This becomes 104. This was 2 more than 100. I added 2 further. I added 2 more. Okay. Now, what is the square of 2? Square of 2 is 04. This is it. So what will be the population now? I multiply this 25 10404. How will I do it? Look, I multiply 25 by 04. What I'll get 100. 1 will be carried. I multiply 25 by 04. I get 100. I write 20. 1 will be carried. Again I multiply 25 by 100. 25 by 04. I get 100, and 1 was carried, so it becomes 101. Okay, 1 is carried. Now 25 into 1 is 25, and 1 was carried, so it becomes 260,100. What was I being asked? What was asked? we were asked increase in the population. Okay, students. We were asked the increase in the population. Increase will be how much? Increase I can find by subtracting this original population. This is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so the increase is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Do we have any such option? Option number D is our answer. Next question, student. The length of a square is increased by 15% and breadth decreased by 15%. The area of the rectangle so formed is. See, students, whenever we have this thing now, like area is what? Area is length into breadth. Now if there is a change in both of these things, let's say there is a change in A percent and a change in B percent, then this is again the similar, this is sequential increase. We can do it like the previous ones. See, what is the increase over here? 15%. And the breadth decrease. See, there is an increase and there is a decrease. So final change is how much? We can calculate this by A plus B plus AB by 100. Student, always remember this thing. Suppose there is a product. This product is formed. Suppose there is a product. This product is formed by Q into R. Q multiplied by R. Here there is a change of A percent. Here there is a change of B percent. We are asked the final change in this. So you will always calculate by A plus B plus AB by 100. Or the previous method which I showed you, 120%. 20% increase means 120% like this. But right now we are doing it like this. So this is 15% increase. So A is positive 15. B is negative 15 plus AB. 15 into minus 15 by 100. I will tell you one more method for this also. Upon 100. Okay, this will be plus 100. So these things cancel out. What I get is this part only. Okay, so this is minus 225 by 100, or I can say minus 2.25, which means decrease of 2.25%. What I mean to say, whenever there is a same percentage and say increase and decrease, this increases by a percent, this increases by decreases by a percent, final change will be always A square by 100% decrease. This will be the answer. Here I could have directly solved this question by minus 15 square by 100%. This will be my answer. That is minus 2.25% decrease. You can copy this. So now I will discuss with you and I will tell you why I applied the previous method, that is successive increase, in these sort of questions also. Look, what we'd say, let's say the area is equal to length into breadth. Let's say we have a square. For that square we have length is equal to 100, breadth is equal to 100. Then area will be what? 100 into 100, that is 100,000. So this is the previous area, this is the normal area. Now what I say, now I say this length increases by 20%, this breadth increases by 30%. What will be the change in area? Final change in area. Final percentage change in area. This is what you need to find out. How will you solve this particular thing? Look, now what we have is, now we have new length. This has increased by 20%. For 100, 20% means 20 only. So 100 increased by 20% will give you 120. New breadth. This has increased by 30%, so it will become 130. We are asked final percentage area. So new area will be equal to what? New length into new breadth. So far clear? Okay, what is the new length, guys? New length is equal to 120. What is the new breadth? 130. This becomes what? 15600. A thing which was 10,000 initially. Okay, this was 10,000 initially. Now this has become how much? 15600. Or so how much increase? 56% increase. As per our previous formula of successive increase, what I told you, final change is what? A plus B plus AB by 100. I told you this concept. What was A? A is 20. First increase is 20, second increase is 30. A plus B plus AB by 100. 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. This becomes 20 plus 30 is 50 plus 6, 56%. Isn't it the same thing? Yes, it's the same thing. So I hope it makes sense and this is very clear to all of you how to tackle these sort of questions. Whenever we are being asked two things which are multiplied to give another thing. See, we can take more examples like I'll rub this off and then I'll explain it to you. Okay, just wait for a second. Let me give you one more example to substantiate what I'm saying. Let's say in a theater, how are the movie tickets sold? What is the revenue? Let's say sales. What is the sales? Sales into is equal to price of a ticket into number of tickets. Price into quantity, we can say P into Q. So what I'm saying, price into number. Let's say initially a ticket was 500 rupees. Okay? And number of tickets sold were 200. So how much revenue did the cinema hall get initially? So sales is how much? Sales is equal to 5 into 2, 10, then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So I can say 1 lakh was the initial sale. Now what happens after Corona? Let's say what happens. The theaters have what they have done, price. They know they will have to seat the people by leaving one space in between. They have increased the price. How much has the price been increased? Let's say 40%. Okay, and the sales and the number of tickets. Okay, quantity. Number of tickets has decreased. Number of tickets has decreased by let's say 50%. What is the new revenue now? So how to solve these sort of questions? See, one thing is the new sales will be directly, you can say, new price into new quantity or new number. This is the quantity number. Okay, one method is to multiply the value. What will be the, first of all, new price? New price will be what? See, this, the initial price was 500. The new price has increased by 40%, so you can directly multiply this by 1.4. What will be the new number or new quantity? That will be, initially it was 200, now the quantity has dipped down by 50%. So it means remaining is also 50%, so I can say 0.5. So this becomes 500 into 1.4, 700, and 200 into 0.500. Now new price into new quantity is 700 into 100. That is, I can say, 70,000. Initially there was a thing which was how much? Which was 1 lakh rupees. My initial sales were 1 lakh. Now I can say this has decreased by 30%. This is the thing. How do I apply the successive formula? Even if I apply the successive formula, then also I will get the same thing. Why? See, in this particular question, what I can say is A is the change in price. A is plus 40. B is what? B is the decrease in quantity. What is the decrease in quantity? 50%. So when it is decrease, I put a negative sign. Now what is the formula for final change in terms of percentage? Final change is A plus B plus AB by 100. Okay, so this becomes what? 40 plus minus 50 plus 40 into minus 50 upon 100. Okay, So 40 minus 50 is minus 10. This 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel, minus 20, or I can say minus 30. So whenever there is a thing like A is equal to B into C, and there is a change, increase or decrease in B as well as C, and we are asked about this particular thing, then we apply this successive formula. You can directly do these sort of questions. I hope it makes sense and it is clear to all of you. Let's move ahead. Students, again a similar question. Look, if the length and height of a brick increases by 10% each respectively and the breadth reduced by 20%, what is the percentage change in the volume of the brick? Let's say, students, initially length is equal to breadth is equal to height. All of them, let's say, are equal to what? Are equal to 10. So initial volume will be what? Initial volume will be equal to what? L into B into H. That is, I can say 10 into 10 into 10, or I can say 1000. Okay. Now, new volume. What it will be? New length into new breadth into new height. What will be the new length? Length and height have increased by 10%. See, if you increase 10 by 10%, it will become what? It will become 11. Height has also increased by 10, it will become again 11. What is the new breadth, students? The new breadth has reduced by 20%. That means it becomes 8. Getting it? If you decrease 10 by 20%, 10 by 20%, so it becomes what? 10 take common, 1 minus 0.2, or 10 into 0.8. I am telling this thing again first. If a thing increases by 20%, we multiply it by 1.2. If a thing decreases by 20%, we multiply it by 0.8. Okay, again, if a thing increases by 30%, what I'll do? I'll multiply it by 1.3. If a thing decreases by, let's say, 33%, what I'll do? I'll multiply it by 0.6, 7 similar things. So what will be the new volume now? 11 into 8 into 11, or I can say 121 into 8. 12 into 8 is 96. This becomes 968. Now what is happening is, initial value was 1000. Now it has decreased, become 968. That is, it has decreased by 32. What is the percentage change in the volume of the brick? Student, this is not 32, this is actually 3.2. Why? There is a decrease of 32 over 1000. So if I need to calculate this thing in terms of percentage, 32 by 1000 into 100, 0 to 0 cancel, this becomes 3.2 percentage drop. This has been a screenshot from your sample paper or whatever you can say. So the answer is 3.2%. 32 has been written wrongly. So I hope you understand the answer is 33.2. See, students, very important and an easy question. The municipality of a town increases tax by 20% and water consumption decreased by 20%. Then the percentage of increase or decrease in the monthly expenditure is. See, how does the municipality get revenue? First of all, it depends upon the quantity, the amount of water consumed quantity, then into price. Now we are given that this price is what? Increased by 20%. And this quantity, what did the people do? They decreased the consumption by 20%. This got decreased by 20%. So whenever we have such a thing, what do? We know directly there is a formula, minus x square by 100%. This much is the decrease. I hope all of you remember this thing. Minus x square by 100%. This is the decrease, or I can say minus 20 square by 100%. That is minus 4%. Minus means itself that decrease. Minus in itself means there is a degrees. So this is your answer. I hope it makes sense and it is clear to everyone. So now before starting this question, I need to tell you a basic concept. If I say a thing was initially 100 rupees, it increases by 10% or 20%, then what does it become? It becomes 110. Okay. If I say a thing was X initially, it increases by 10%, then I can also say it becomes 110 by 100x. Getting this thing? If a thing was initially Y, it increases by 20%. What does it mean? It becomes 120 by 100. Getting this thing? I hope all of you are getting this thing. Now in a factory, the production of scooter rose to 48400 from 4000 in 2 years. The rate of growth per annum is, see, let's say initially the production was 4000. Okay. Now it increases by X%. See, when I say something increases by 20%, what I do? 100 and 100 I add 20. Now I say this increases by X%, then it again increases by X%, and as a result it becomes 48400. Clear? So I can say 40,000 into, if this increases by X, it means 100 plus X by 100 into 100 plus X by 100 is equal to 48400. I cancel these two zeros over here. Okay. Or I can say 100 plus X upon 100. This square, this is also square, but what I'm doing right now is 484 upon 400. Okay. So far clear? This is 100 square. I hope you can easily grasp this. This I can say as 121 by 100, or I can say 11 upon 10 square. This is what? 11 upon 10 square. This is what? This thing is what? 100 plus X upon 100 square. Rather than writing this as 11 upon 100, what I should do? I should write it as 110 100. Now the things tally. This is 100. This is also 100. 100 plus X is equal to 110. So from here I can say 100 plus X is equal to 110, or this is 100, huh? Or X is equal to 10. Therefore 10% increase in each year. Students, if you know a bit of calculation, yeah, the moment you see 484 and 400, this is what? 121, this is 100. You can say 11 square upon 10 square. The moment you see these things, you can easily realize this is, you can say 110 square upon 100 square. Therefore you can easily figure out this is a 10% increase. There is a 10% increase. You can also, just by looking at the number, you can make out the answer. Next question, huh? Now let's start with another beautiful concept, students. What I say, let's say a value is initially 100. Okay, I increase this value, suppose by 20% or 25%. What does it become? It become 125. Now the question which is being asked is how much this value needs to be reduced, by how much percent this value needs to be reduced so that it gets restored to its initial value. I'll tell you a very good method for this. See, initially it has been increased by 25%. 25% means 1 by 4. Why 25%? 25% means 1 by 4. Initially this value has been increased by 1 by 4. Now how much should I reduce it so that it may be restored to the previous value? What I will do, 125 200. How much should I subtract? I should subtract 25. 25 over 125. 25 over 125, or I can say it should be subtracted by 1/5. It should be subtracted by 1/5. And if I need to tell this value in percentage. What I will do, 1 by 5 in terms of percentage means 20%. The moment I say 1 by 5 in terms of percentage, what I'll do, I'll multiply this by 100. Okay, now this is this much percent, this is 20%. It should be decreased by 20%. The concept which I want to tell you is, see, if while going from here to here, I increased by how much? I increased by 1/4. So now while coming back, how much will I decrease? See, this numerator will remain as it is. In the denominator, what you will do? 4 plus 1, you will write 5. Getting this thing? If I increase a thing by 1 by 5, in order to restore it to the previous value, how much will I decrease? I will decrease it by 1 by 6. And if I need to write this in percentage, so it will become 100 by 6%, or you can say 16.66%. The main concept is, if you increase something now, then you have to decrease it to restore. What you will do, if this is 1 by 4, it will become 1 by 5. 1 will remain as it is. In the denominator, what I will write? In the denominator, I will write sum of these two. 4 plus 1, 5. This is 1 by 5. In the denominator, I will write 1 plus 5, that is 6. This is a very easy method, students, and it will really save a lot of time of yours. I'll show you a few questions now on this concept only. Now this question, before doing this question, I will tell you the reverse concept. Initially we were increasing, okay. Now if I say there is a value 100, okay, I decrease it by 20%. I decrease it by 20%. In order to get back the previous value, what would I do? See, decreasing 20% is 20 per 100. 20 divided by 100 is 1 by 5. If I decrease a value by 1 by 5 and now I need to increase it, then what I will do, if we have initially decreased that, then we decrease the denominator. How? 5 minus 1, I will say 1 by 4. I need to see 100 decreased by 20% will give me 80. Now if from 80 I need to go to 100, what I'll do, I'll increase it by 1 by 4. You can check it. How can, see, 80. How much you need to add to 80? You need to add 20. You need to add 20 over 80. What is 20 by 80? It is 1 by 4. So the next time you see there is a decrease like this, suppose it is 1 by 6. So how much would you increase? You will write this one and this minus this. Denominator minus numerator, this becomes 5. Getting this thing? I can show it to you. Suppose I say there was a value 300. I decrease it by 1 by 6. It will become what? 250. Now from 250 you need to go to 300. What you will do, students? To 250, how much will you add? You will add 50 to it. So I can say 250. So an increase of 50 over 250. An increase of 50 over 250 is what? Is, you can say, plus 1 by 5. Plus 1 by 5. So similarly in this question, how much should we increase? 1 by 4. 1 by 4 in terms of percentage means, when you need to convert a ratio into percentage, what you do, you multiply it by 100. So 100 by 4, or you can say 25% increase. Getting this thing, students? Ram's income is 20% less than Shyam's. This is Shyam's income. Suppose I say Shyam's income. From here you get to Ram's income. This is how much? 20% less. 20% less. Okay, 20% less means 1 by 5 less. From Ram's income, if you need to find Shyam's income, how much is Shyam's income more than Ram's percent? See, you need to find how much extra over Ram's income is the Shyam's income. So this is 1 by 5. In order to increase it, what I'll do, in the denominator, in this denominator I'll subtract this from this, that is 5 minus 1. I can directly say, or 1 by 4. We need to increase Ram's income by 1 by 4 in order to get Shyam's income. Okay, we need to increase Ram's income by 1 by 4 in order to get Shyam's income. What does 1 by 4 means? 1 by 4 means 100 by 4% or 25%. This is the basic concept and I am very sure you must have got it. Next question, students. If it's not readable, I can increase the size initially. The value of a machine depreciates every year at the rate of 10% on its value at the beginning of that year. if the present value of the machine is 729, its worth 3 years ago was, and then we are provided with these 4 options. Okay, see, 1000, 947, 750, so on. Let's start the question. I'm decreasing the size now. What we are given is, let's say the initial, how we are given the current present price. The present price is how much? 729. Then we are saying 3 years ago its price was, let's say, P. Every year it decreases by 10%. When a thing decreases by 10%, now either you can say it is 0.9 times, or if you want to write in detail, you can say it becomes 90 by 100. See, initially it was 100, now it has reduced by 10%, so it becomes 90, or you can write it as 0.9 directly, whatever is convenient to you. So 90 by 100 into 90 by 100 into 90 by 100. This way, present price decreases by 10% 3 times. One price 3 years ago decreases by 10%, 10%, 10% gives you 729. Cancel as many zeros as you can. 0 cancel, 0 cancel, 0 cancel. Okay, now what do you get? P into 9 raised 9 cube. What is the 9 cube? The 9 cube is 729 over 100 and one more 0, 1000 is equal to 729. So easily you got the solution. 729 cancel, so you get P is equal to 1000. P means the price 3 years ago. What was the price 3 years ago? The price 3 years ago was 1000. I hope it makes sense and it is clear to all of you. Let's do one more question, then I'll wind up the class. We are given the sum of 2 numbers is 2490. Let's say the 2 numbers are A plus B, their sum is 2490. So far this is clear to everyone. If 6.5% of one number is equal to 8.5% of the other, I say 6.5% of the first number A, 6.5% of the first number, okay? 6.5% of A is equal to 8.5% of B. Clear? So I can say percent sign cancel, off and off cancel. 65A is equal to 85B. You can also say it like this, or A by B is equal to what? 85 by 65. Students, I'll tell you a very easy method for this also. This is a bit calculative, but we have to do it. Okay, A by B is equal to 17 by 13. Now either you can calculate it. So see, what we are given, A plus B is equal to 2490. I'm really not interested in doing this, but I am doing this for your sake. Then I'll tell you the shortcut. A by B is equal to 17 by 13, or I can say A is equal to 17 by 13B. So I replace this A by 17 by 13B plus B is equal to 2490. From here what I can say, 17B plus 13B. I can say 17B plus 13B over 13B is equal to 2490. From here what I can say is, 30B is equal to 2490 into 13. This is 2490. Okay, students. If this 0 cancel. If I cancel this 3 by 249, I will get 83. So B becomes what? From here I can say B becomes 83 into 13. 83 into 13. This is what I actually want to explain it to you. 83 into 13. How will you multiply this thing? See, 83 into 10 is 830. 83 into 3 is 249. So your answer becomes 1079. This is one way of doing. You get it? 1079. This is clear to everyone, I hope. So one value is 1079 and this is B. B is 1079. Only option 1 satisfies this. Students, but I won't solve it this way. The moment I see A by B is equal to 17 by 13, The moment I see A by B is equal to 17 by 13, what I will do, I become certain that A is a multiple of 17, B is a multiple of 13. I will just check out the options. Out of the above options, which option is divisible by 13? Students, you will just check it, which option is divisible by 13, and if you check it, what you will find is only option number 1079 is divisible by 13. This is one way of doing this question. What is the other way? Another way is also very beautiful. The other way is just check out the options, which two options add up to 2490. Okay, you can also check by comparing the unit digit. Look at the first option. Let's start from second option, 14121080. 14121080. If you add these two numbers, what will be the unit digit? Unit digit will be 2, but our sum is 2490. This is not at all possible. If I see the third option, 1141 and 1709, if I start adding these options, 41 plus 09 is 50. The last two dates are 50 over here. What are the last two dates? 90. This is also not possible. Third or fourth option is absolutely weird, 1214 and 1800. If you add these two, you will get the last two dates 14, but our last date is 4. Here the last date is 0. So this is not possible. Only option 1 is possible. Whatever method you adopt, you will, this is your best. You can do the question by options alone. I hope all of this makes sense to you. You must have grabbed the concept of percentage completely. I hope that's enough for today. We'll meet again for one more class tomorrow. Thanks a lot, dear students. Study thoroughly. Crack your exam very well. All the best. Bye-bye. Good night.